Well, hello everyone, Dylan here with another LEGO Sonic the Hedgehog review, one of the two for summer 2025. And this one's on Knuckles vs. Dr. Eggman, Mech Crusher Mech. So on the front of the box here, you have the LEGO Sonic the Hedgehog logo and same border as we've had for the last 2 years, and also picture a large battle of the set in action. And also, recommended ages is 8 and up. Set number 77005 has 350 pieces and side box art that we've been seeing since 2023. And then back side of the box have another view of the set and one of the features of it, or a couple of features of it, and also the logos again and there. And now onto the manual, which little odd rendering that has been going on for quite some time. The transition from plastic bags to paper bags, and ad for the Builder app. And then on the back, how to win on the online survey, and the pieces that come with the set, of course. And then advertisement of all of this year's sets for that. So, and this one of which expect review on very soon. And then the last building steps of it. So first off, and so now on first of which, the minifigs. Like first of which, like first half, Knuckles the Echidna, all the pieces, same as we've had for since last year, but also with the different expression for that, which is actually just the same that was in the Master Emerald Shrine set last year. But however, Dr. Eggman, same as he's been since summer 2023 for that. So, and obviously, and also nice back torso printings on both of them. And obviously mentioned them in my previous reviews for that, so nothing to say here, but yeah. And first of which we have, whoops. First to just mention is these little ring pieces for that, which made of just these little clear dish piece, and also this yellow ring piece, which also came in a few other sets as well, so not much to say there. And it's now onto this build, which is just a little hoverboard for Knuckles for that. Now I think this is probably made up, or it could have been in one of the Sonic Riders games for that. Well, maybe, but yeah. But although it's a quite nice looking build for how it is. I guess he's pretty much just about 3 plates thick, being with one orangish yellow one at the bottom, and then also a wedge plate here, and then also one with a jumper that holds this front part of it, and then also a few tile or jumper tiles on here, and then also these couple bits at the back with another wedge plate here, or with a trans blue cone being the thrust of it, and then has the front part which had these other plate pieces around it, and then also these rounded plates with the globe pieces, but in white for that. Obviously, and of course making it look like it's the spike parts of Knuckles' the gloves for that. And although some regular pointed bits could have worked out much better, but that's just me. And of course these studs inwards where you can place Knuckles on too, of course. And also does have plenty good swooshability to it, but yeah. And that's it with that part. And now onto this little catapult build, which almost like the one that came in last year's Emerald Shrine set, but just with but built a little differently than that. like as you see, all resting on this large lime green rounded tile or plate here, and a couple of fern pieces with sand green, what do they call it, curved slopes there, and then also a little extra large jumper plate on here, and also a rounded plate as well, and with these panel pieces around as well. And also what you get are two of the classic Lego boulder pieces on here, or just boulder pieces. But also, interestingly, is open up and do have a couple of tan cones and a gray stud in there, or light gray stud in there, which mostly to connect to the up reverse stud in there. So with that, then it won't break apart easily when you fling it. So that I find a quite nice, good touch there. And then, as you all know how catapults go like, is like put that in, and then tap on this grill piece here and fling it right out. Let's do that again. Yeah, quite fun that is, but yeah. And now onto the main part of the set, the Egg Crusher Mech itself. And of course, as everyone is saying, that this was first of the builds based upon the Sonic Prime Netflix show. Well, and I kind of agree to that, and I think the appearance this matching the in-show appearance of it kind of fit well, except for the color scheme, which since in the show it has a lot of black to it, but this has a lot of red to it for that. But maybe that's to make it pop a bit. So first off, for the legs here is that with the feet here with curved slopes and wedge plates around it, and also a couple more wedge plates on both sides, so completely symmetric for how they are. And also caution line plates on there, and then also nothing much from the back side of it. And then also you have this little piece holding the ball joint piece in there. Also, like we see on some of the construction figures in Marvel a bit. And of course, nice to see that outside of those sets. And then as for the upper thigh part, which without this astromech droid headpiece, then got those like the later style socket joint connectors, but in black. But nice to get there, and then are connected together by these small beams and two long rods. Even though a lot of mockers kind of use that and use this in a lot of like Bionicle style mocks for that. So at least nice to see that now on an official set in this case. But yeah. And then onto the arms here is this one of which does have the like claw part, which has three of those like foot pieces that first came in the Hero Factory set theme, and kind of spins around quite well for that. And then as for the upper arm part, which is just one of those Technic pieces with a tan piece there held by one of those odd plates. So obviously good to see that there, so you don't have to worry about it like popping off and falling out for that like some sets would. And then the upper arm, which does have plenty going on with like a red jagged slope and also some other slope pieces around it, and also the Nexonite's pyramid pieces, but in black, which is nice to use for mocking if you wanted, and also are all held on to by the ratchet joint pieces, just about like the Nexonite's Build-A-Figure sets from the mid-2000s, and also the Exoforce sets, also from the same time. But, yeah, at least kind of alright seeing them reoccur here. And then other arm, or upper arm, same as the other, so at least have a bit of symmetry in this set, of course. But and of course what's different is a rapid stud shooter, which we have been seeing on sets since like the mid 2010s. you can and of course with this wheel part on there, we can turn it and launch the studs right off like so. And then as for the main body part of it, which looking quite neat for how it is, but also not quite intricate for that, with this large curved slope for that, and then some corner plates outwards, and then these cart hood pieces around it, and also have these also two flat studs and a dish piece in clear, to be like the front part of it, and then the top part of it, which has this little dome piece in trans orange, and a car windshield piece in solid black for that. So this whole design, almost like one Hulkbuster set that there was, but can open this up quite easily. And luckily this interior spine is quite deep enough, and also with a couple of jumper plates in there, and also just enough to fit Dr. Eggman into and close right over him, of course. And on the back side of it is have a traditional astromech droid headpiece in trans blue, and also a couple of gem pieces in trans blue and red for that, and these little Technic bits around it to be exhaust parts to it, and then also these other curved slopes as well. But yeah, always nice to get in that red color. But yeah. And as for the articulation of this set here is that the arms can swivel up and down and turn up and down for that, and then the legs of which can rotate around at the hip and bend back and forth at the knees quite well, but not at all any ankle articulation there. So get plenty good articulation on this set, of course. So let's get it all together here. So overall, I think this is a pretty good set for how it is. Despite not having any exclusive minifigs and Knuckles and Dr. Eggman, who have been the same for over the last 2 years, but at least we do have plenty of nice builds for that, like the hoverboard and catapult, and of course the Egg Crusher mech, of course. But however, for 350 pieces for $45, which is a little bit on the weak side, where it's about probably $5 to $10 more than it should be. But not sure why, but whatever. But also, however, for this set is also a good parts pack. Obviously, do get a lot of red and plenty of ball socket joint kind of pieces around, and also a little dome piece in orange, of course. And as for the playability of which quite good for how it is. Obviously, both the features of the Egg Crusher mech and swooshable hoverboard, and also the launching catapult. And as for being from the Sonic Prime show, I say a kind of good change of pace for how it is. Obviously, we did have sets from the games, and also a couple of sets that were just made up by Lego, of course. But obviously, great to have something from one of the shows. Maybe eventually we'll have it from past shows, like Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, Sonic Underground, or Sonic Boom, or what? Oh wait, there was one reference to the Sonic Boom show, which was in one of the earlier sets for that with Cubot compared to Orbot. But yeah, and hopefully this is a sign of having them again in the future. But yeah, and however the whole build of which I say quite good and well captures its in-show appearance quite well. But yeah. And so now, if you're looking to get this set for your Sonic the Hedgehog collection, then definitely pick it up. And if you have always well enjoyed the Sonic Boom or Sonic Prime Netflix show, and are looking for something to some bit of memorabilia from that show, then definitely pick this up. And that is it with this video. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe, and thank you for watching.